Hey you guys, today I want to talk to you about my advice to you on dating. Now before you ask, no, even though the scarf is pretty snazzy, I'm not wearing it to be pretty snazzy. This has a underlying meaning behind it, and I will reveal it to you at the end of the video after I have mind f***ed you. Just a heads up, me being a man and all, so this advice is more aimed towards the men. If you're a female, you can still kind of grasp and use some of this material, but keep in mind that I'm directing this towards males, so take what you will from this. So, I'm pretty much going to take my vase of brain juice. I'm going to scoop in, get some of that, creamy juice, and slap it right on the screen, and it's going to be all over the place, and you're going to have to try and scrape off what you can, because I'm going to be all over the place here. Be prepared. Now, me being in high school, so I have a lot of experience with high school relationships. I want to start off by addressing the two different types of love that I think exist. In high school, one greatly outnumbers the other for obvious reasons, but there are still of the other type. Love number one, high school love. So high school love is when you think you love somebody, but without you even knowing it. I mean, you could be 100% positive that you're not getting caught up in the moment. But high school love, you're kind of getting caught up in the moment. You're taking things too fast. In order for you to really understand what's going on, you kind of have to take a couple of steps back. If you're in a relationship in high school, and if you want to see if you either have high school love or real love. If you want to find out if you have real love, what you need to do is, once you're dating someone, every now and then you need to take a couple of steps back and just look at what you got and think logically here for a moment. Am I being stupid? Now I'll elaborate on that. Are you making the right choices? Are your choices being influenced by what you might want? Guys, are your choices being influenced by what you might want? Are you going too fast? You can't rush these things. If you want a short-term relationship, then go ahead and rush it. But I have nothing against. I mean, you're in high school, for God's sakes. I honestly don't think you should be considering a long-term relationship. But if you do, if you feel kind of lonely and you want somebody there, which would be a longer term relationship, not a short term, then you're gonna have to work a lot harder. But I'll get into that in a second. Now, if you want a short term relationship, have at it. Try not to hurt anyone. Don't get too connected. And make sure you both are on the same page. Don't be some douchebag and go, oh yeah, I'm gonna be with you forever. Then 3 weeks later, after you guys have done things, you leave her, and hey, her hopes just got raised. Yep, she doesn't feel like a pile of shit now and probably isn't gonna go kill herself. Dick. So if you want a short term thing, have at it. But if you want something meaningful in your life, and you want something long term, you really want that other person, then let's talk here for a moment. Now, this is the hardest, quite possibly one of the hardest things you will do in your entire life if you want something that's long term. There's a couple of things you need to keep in mind if you're looking for someone. Now, one of the first things would be, first of all, here's my view on this. There is physical and there's emotional. Both are important. Can you guess which one is more important, though? if you're looking for long term, the emotional has to be a lot stronger than the physical aspect. Now, I do acknowledge, yes, the physical aspect is not irrelevant. I mean, I'm not gonna date some chick that looks like this. No, the physical aspect is relevant. But the physical aspect should never be the deciding factor. The emotional aspect should be the deciding factor. Because if you're going to be with someone for an extremely long time, the physical aspect is going to wear out at some point. That's just going to be another thing. The emotional aspect will be with you for the rest of your life. You want to be with somebody that you can connect with, that you guys share something, that you guys have some type of unbreakable, gooey thing that you don't feel with anyone else. It is only with that person, and it is like unbreakable, like Superman chains or some shit like that. It's unbreakable. No, you want something like that. You want something with somebody where you guys have like a lot in common. And now people say it's bad to have too much in common. I understand that, and yes, it's good, because if you have too much in common, okay. I mean, it's always better to have something with someone where you can each bring something to the table. You can show her new things. She can show you new things. You guys can grow together and just merge the two into something that only you two have. That is always something amazing. That's a really good thing right there. If you want to be with someone, how they feel towards you and how you feel towards them, the emotional aspect, what you guys feel about each other, what she truly means to you underneath, and what you truly mean to her underneath. Those, just the feeling that no matter what on this entire godforsaken planet happens, that person will always be there for you. Always. Always, always, always. And if you don't feel like that person would take a bullet for you any day, any time, they would sacrifice themselves for you, they are yours, and they're yours and you're theirs. If you don't feel like that 100%, then it's not meant to be. It's not 100. That's not the one. Now if you do feel like that 100%, now there's two things that could happen. Now, it could be legit. Like, holy cow, wow, dude, you did it. You would legitimately be happy with that person for the rest of your life. Congratulations. But you could also be too caught up in the moment. A little bit of high school love. Now, you will be 100% certain that you're right. You absolutely feel that way. And you're not going to actually realize it until one day it's going to slap you in the face. And then you're going to kind of realize that, no, you didn't feel that way. And that is always the worst feeling. But you just every now and then you got to take a couple of steps back and look at what you got and look at your situation and make sure, am I being smart? Am I being legitimate? Am I thinking clearly about things? Am I not getting caught up in the moment, It's time for me to tell you what this scarf is. This scarf, I wear it wherever I go. I don't take it off. Here's the thing about it. As far as its physical appearance goes, this could be considered dorky and not matching to all of my clothes, and so I could be wearing it and look absolutely horrendous. The physical appearance of it, although it's nice and it can be very comfortable, and I love it, and it's warm, and it does match some of my clothes pretty damn snarly. I mean, yeah, it's amazing. I love it. This scarf is amazing, but there's more than that. I could have any scarf in the world that I could wear around and do that with. I could have any scarf that could do that. This could get thrown away, and I could just go grab another scarf. I would not even remotely care. But that's not what this scarf is about. What this scarf is about is the inner meaning to it. What was put into it. The emotion I get out of this scarf. What am I talking about? The fact is that somebody I care deeply about put their time and effort and emotion into making this scarf. People don't make things for me. That's just... But the fact that somebody that I care about spent so much time into making me something and just putting their thought and feeling into it and gave it to me, it makes it special, because now you've made the emotional feeling to this, because you have that connection with that person now, that they did that for you. So now some of them is in this. So it's irreplaceable. It's like you can't just get another scarf now. This scarf is like a part of you now. I mean, it's hard for me to explain, but I'm sure underneath the entire moral of this thing, you can grab something out of there that's important and semi reasonable. Well, that is pretty much all I have to talk with you guys about. I would appreciate any comments. If you guys have any questions, I would love to respond. I'm sure there's probably a couple of different things that I forgot to talk about, because it gets a little hard to talk to nobody. That is all I have. I will see you guys next time on Darkflight Studios videos. See ya.